Easter, if you celebrate that. I've been getting a couple messages from people who are still confused about odd count flat peyote because of that odd turn. This is just a refresher because it's a holiday and I'm going out with my son and some friends in a little bit today for lunch, and so I just wanted to try to do a refresher on the odd turn for patterns that you need a center. I worked on this yesterday. It's just a little sample so you can see that there's a center row and everything is symmetrical. Got the same number of beads on one side as you do on the other. It's still too small. I've got my camera set up in such a way that I hope you can see this better. I'm not making this pattern. This is just an example. I made a bracelet with this pattern the other day, just fooling around. And it's really cute, and I'll probably be making more of these. So it's just a refresher for odd count with a turn. I'm going to use two colors so you can kind of see. And sixes. Big old bead. And I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that I can do this, that you can see. Coffee. Yum. So, let me move in a little bit. Should probably turn on this other light. You want to pick up an odd count. So I'm going to start with 7. I'll pick up 7. I've got 3 of one color. Whoopsie daisy. First let me tie on one of the beads on the bottom of the thread, because everything will just come off if I don't. This bead is so big, I'm going to put a little bitty knot in there to keep it on the thread. Pick up 2 more, then 1 of another color, and 3 more of my base color. Got everything at the bottom. Pick up 1 of my base colors. It's really hard to follow those patterns if you can't do the odd turn. So this first row, you're going to work peyote just a regular way. So you skip the first bead, put your needle through the next bead. These are so big. Maybe I should have used 8s. Oh lordy. Come on now. Just a bigger fire line too, but this is still, and they're not cylinders or rounds. Alright, that's good enough. Pick up another of your base color. Skip the next bead. Put your needle through the next bead. After that, keep everything tight. Pick up 1. You see we've got 3 beads left here. So you're going to skip a bead and put your needle through the next 2. This is how I do it. This is the only way I can do it to follow a pattern. If you got all one color, there are a lot of different ways of doing this, but to follow a pattern, this is the only way I could figure out how to do it. So now we've got our thread coming out, 2 beads at the end. So you pick up 1, you go through the next, and then the one on the bottom below it, like this. So your thread is coming out on the bottom like this. Go up through the next bead on the just above it, pull, go down through that bead just below it and next to it, and down through the bottom, so that you're coming down like this to the very edge. Then you go up to the next bead in the edge, and you're right where you need to be to start your next row. Pick up a bead, go through the next. I'm at my center row here, so I pick up a different color, go through the next, pick up my regular colors and go through the next, turn, okay, pick up one of my regular colors, go through the next, regular color, through the next, regular color, and I'm back at my odd end. You can always tell your odd end because that's where your tail is. That's your odd end. Go through both beads in the odd end, turn, pick up regular color, go through the next bead that your thread is coming out of, like this. Turn it this way, go through the bead just below that, going back toward the edge, back through the next bead at the edge, working in a little diagonal here, turn, and then back up where you need to be to continue. Pick up, whoops, one bead, and we need our center bead. Turn, go back the other way toward our odd end. And back at our odd end, put your needle through both beads at the end, turn, pick up one, go through the bead, just up from that bead that your thread is coming out of on the edge, just next to it. Turn so you can see and kind of get your needle where it needs to be. The bead just below where your thread is coming out of. Put your needle back down through it toward the edge. Next bead up in the edge. Turn. Bead through the last bead in the edge, and you're right where you need to be again. It's a little more work. It is worth it because you can get those really nice symmetrical shapes in peyote weaving, which is essential. That's what you want. You don't want lopsided patterns. They just look funny. Turn. Back toward the odd end again. One more time. Down through both beads. Turn. Pick up one. Through the bead just next to the one your thread is coming out of. Turn. Down through the bead just below the one. And if you can get your needle through both, that's really awesome. But if you can't, don't force it. Just go through one. here, through the edge bead, and then back up to where I need to be to continue weaving. So hopefully that's a little clearer. This is how it's done to follow a pattern and have the cleanest, most even weaving. That's the way I do it, to do symmetrical patterns like this. It's the only way I know how. If there's another way, let us see it. I don't know of another way. So, I gotta go. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next week with something else, I hope. I don't know what, but I have some ideas. And I'll talk to you later. Stay happy, stay inspired, be nice people. Be productive. Your life belongs to you. Taxation is theft.